Alright, let's talk about my boy Thanos. Thanos is the main antagonist of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's going to go up against the Avengers, possibly the Guardians of the Galaxy, and whoever else, maybe Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock needs to be in it. The Inhumans, Captain Marvel, basically all the people that Marvel revealed on their slate, all the heroes, all the movies that they've revealed on their slate. He's probably going to go up against, and maybe Spider-Man, thanks to these Sony hacks, thanks to North Korea, maybe even Spider-Man, because Sony don't know what the fuck they're doing. But anyway, the question today is, will Thanos be as much as a beast as he is in the comics in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? In Marvel Infinity War, will Thanos literally be a god? That's the question. I mean, let's look at Marvel's track record. Like in the past, Thor, like let's look at Thor for example. It's quite tame compared to his comic book counterpart. In the comics, Thor was dominating. He was one of the strongest Marvel heroes. He took a nuclear blast. The feats Thor does in the comics are ridiculous compared to what he does in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In Marvel Cinematic Universe, he doesn't even seem like he could stand up to Superman at the moment. I mean, we don't really know how. We've never really seen Thor get beaten. I mean, we know Thor's durable in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but we've never actually seen him getting really taken out. We've seen him get hit, but we've never seen him actually hurt, like bad. But to be fair, we've never really seen many Marvel heroes hurt bad. Even in the Avengers, when they were all getting their ass whooped, all we could see was Hulk even looked like he was suffering a little bit, nose all bleeding and that. Captain America was getting tired. Tony Stark was getting thrown all over the place. Black Widow and Hawkeye were just getting roughed up and lying around and that. But then Thor would just be like, ready for another bout? He wasn't even bothered, he was all good. So we know he's quite durable in watching Avengers, but his power level, we've never seen him take things out. That's probably because the writers just couldn't afford to make him look too strong, otherwise that will make the rest of the team look pointless and weak, especially since he's not the star and we all know Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark as the star. But yeah, back to my comment. Yeah, so never really seen the Hulk strength level is pretty average, nothing major, nothing special. He's just a big strong beast. But Thanos isn't even, it's not even about strength for Thanos. Thanos is like, when he has the gauntlet, Superman ain't put it this way, Superman ain't nothing to him. Hell, Dr. Manhattan, to people that know Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, probably, not even probably, we ain't nothing to Thanos. That's how strong he's meant to be. Let me break it down. Basically, in Infinity War, Thanos gets planets, whole planets, like bigger than Earth with billions of people, chucked at him, and he just blows it up, doesn't even think about it. And when Adam Warlock comes in with Doctor Strange and he sends the heroes to attack Thanos, the first thing Thanos does, a bit of a spoiler if you haven't read Infinity War, so if you're planning to read it, you probably want to stop here. But anyway, when Adam Warlock sends the heroes, all the Avengers, the Marvel heroes, some of the X-Men, Hulk, and Captain America, all that. When he sends them in, Thanos, they all just get ready, 3, 2, 1, and they all just jump in. And then next thing you know, Thanos just goes, clicks his fingers or does whatever, and they all just freeze in time. And I'm just like, nah. So they're just stuck in time, and Thanos is just looking at them, walking around, saying, yeah, this is going to be a really boring fight. Let's make it more interesting. Maybe I'll just use one of my gems. He just don't give a shit. He's just taking the piss out of him. Literally, that's how strong he was. The Avengers didn't even get a chance to fight him properly. I mean, first of all, he turns Thor into glass and shatters him. He turns someone else into Lego. Lego, what the hell? Thanos even know about Lego. You turn someone into Lego, destroys him. Wolverine's adamantium, the best thing about him, like nothing, no one can beat his healing factor that no one can beat. He thinks, you know what, let me just turn his adamantium into rubber, and then Wolverine's all rubber on the floor. It looks pretty gross and disgusting, but he's all rubber on the floor. And then Spider-Man, Thanos basically just conjures a random woman. Let me just conjure up a woman to fight for me, yeah. And he sends her to go fight one of the Avengers, and she fights Spider-Man. And what happens is she just cracks Spider-Man's skull open with a rock. Like, it's just quick done. Thanos didn't even fight him himself. He just made one of his lackeys that he created with his gauntlet to kill Spider-Man off. I think that same woman also ripped Tony Stark's head clean off. Now I don't know if they're gonna do that in the movie because Tony Stark's the dude, and getting his head ripped off on screen, I don't know if people will take that. I mean, I'd love to see that myself, but so yeah, Thanos is just a beast in the Infinity Gauntlet story. He makes the Avengers look like ants, literally, like ants. He just takes the piss out of them, even probably worse than ants, the things he does to them. And so Captain America stands up to him. He's like the last one left, and he's all like, I don't care how strong you are, I'm Captain America, blah blah blah, you know, all righteous and all that. And then Thanos is like, you know, brave but stupid, or something along those lines. Thanos is just like, this guy's crazy. Thanos decides not to even use his gauntlet. He just starts to just punch him up. He just wants to punch him up. And he punches Captain America's shield. Captain America's holding it up, and his shield starts cracking. This is his vibranium adamantium shield, right? The strongest metal in the world, mixed with vibranium from Wakanda, which is like the other strongest metal in the world, all mixed in and mashed in. Nothing can destroy it. Not even Thor's hammer can destroy it. Nothing can destroy it, except for magic people. Thanos wasn't really using magic. He was just punching it. Just punching it, and then he just slaps it, and it just shatters. And I'm just thinking, beast. I don't even know if he used the gauntlet to do that. He just smashed it up. So then the Avengers couldn't do nothing. They had to get the Celestials in. I don't know, in Guardians of the Galaxy we get to hear about the Celestials a little bit.
Infinity Stone. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. Observe. These carriers can use this stone to mow down entire civilizations like wheat in a field.
And what we see is the Celestials come in, and the Celestials basically throw everything they got at Thanos. Not just Celestials, but you got Galactus, you got all the cosmic entities. You got Galactus, you got Eternity, you got Infinity. You got Mr. Hate, Mrs. Love, or whatever, and they're just these supreme being entities that the Avengers probably couldn't touch on their own. Fantastic Four couldn't touch. No one can touch them on Earth. And these are just like supreme beings. These are all gods trying to fight Thanos with the gauntlet, and Thanos just makes them all look stupid. They throwing planets at him, for fuck's sake. Throwing planets with billions of people, and Thanos destroys them like he's breathing. And then all these billions of people are just floating in the air, just dead. And Silver Surfer can't hack it, he's pissed off. Adam Warlock's pissed off, and they're thinking, what the fuck are we gonna do? You know? How are we gonna stop Thanos? I ain't gonna spoil the comic or whatever, so they tell you how they stop him, because they do. Well, they don't even really stop him. You know what, I will just say it because it just shows how powerful he was. Basically, Thanos didn't even get stopped. How he lost was because his own subconscious told him that this is too much power for you to wield. His subconscious deliberately put him in a position where he would lose the gauntlet and then someone else would wear it, just because he knew that he couldn't handle that much power. So he basically kind of made himself lose, because there's no way anyone else could make him lose when he had that much omnipotent power. Like, he knew everything what was going on. Nothing could stop him except for himself, and that was the moral of it. That's how much power he had. The only person that could stop him was himself. and that's what happened, and that was brilliant. And they have to do that in Infinity War. They can't make Tony Stark come in with some flipping shitty blasters when Thanos is a little bit distracted and they take his gauntlet. No, I want Thanos to be as strong as he is in Infinity Gauntlet, because he was a beast in that, and no one could touch him. So Thanos needs that strength. I don't want him to be shooting no lasers or doing no lame crap like that, or shooting. He needs to be turning people into ice. He needs to be freezing. And can you imagine the scene when Tony Stark, Iron Man, Captain America, Peter Quill, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Hulk, Black Widow, whoever's there at the time, Captain Marvel, Black Panther, all of them just running at Thanos. Wow, it's about to get him. And then he just goes, freezes time. Starts walking around and looking at them and thinking, yeah, this is going to be a shit fight. Let's make it a bit more interesting. Come on, that will just set the scene. And he needs to have those powers. He needs to be as strong as he's in a comic. I don't care what Marvel do. I don't think, you know what, realistically, I don't think they'll do it. But if they do, wow. The Russos are speculated to be directing Avengers Infinity War, and I put my trust in them to do Thanos right, and he needs to be a boss. He needs to make them all bathe on the Starways. So let's hope he's not just firing lasers in Avengers Infinity War. Let's hope he's turning them into Lego. As silly as that sounds, it's just brilliant. The fight was the most unique, creative fight I've ever seen in a comic book. And I've never seen anyone wield so much power in a comic book against the heroes. They had no chance. The only way the villain could lose was to make himself lose. He had to be the one to choose to lose himself because he had too much power. That's what the Avengers are dealing with, at least in the comics. In the film, they need to be dealing with the same kind of level of threat, because it'll be something unprecedented, and it'll be something different to see, rather than just Tony Stark distracting him with his repulsor blasters and Captain America hitting him with his shield and they knock the glove off him or something. Nothing lame like that, please, no God, no. What do you guys think Thanos will be like in Infinity War? Will he be as strong? Will he be as strong as he was in Infinity Gauntlet? Will he be that badass? Will he be that omnipotent? Or will he be really watered down just so Tony Stark can get a blaster shot on him and win? Write in the comments what you think. Write in the comments your thoughts, and if you like my video, subscribe, comment. Catch you later.
The only matter I do not take seriously, boy, is you. Your politics bore me. Your demeanor is that of a pouty child. And apparently, you alienated my favorite daughter, Gamora. I shall honor our agreement, Kree, if you bring me the order. But return to me again empty-handed, and I will bathe the Starways in your blood.